I'm here at the MVC, and it's bittersweet to know that the MVs will never take the field under your direction again. But this building represents so much more than countless hours spent learning drill and practicing music. It represents all of your dedication to the MVs, both as a musical ensemble and as a group of students. You've touched so many lives in the past 32 years, and we can truly not thank you enough. We just wanted to say thank you from current students, alumni, everyone. You've made an impact. You've impacted so many lives, and we just wanted to say thanks, Dave.
Started talking, and I was like, oh, but I already have my ticket for Bristol, just in case. And you looked at me like I was crazy. You were like, what do you think you're here for then? Of course you're going to make it. Of course you're going to do fine. Of course you're going to be a part of this organization. And that little bit of confidence really meant a lot to me.
I came to your office to ask for advice on switching majors, and during our conversation I told you about how I had no idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I was surprised to hear you say, me neither. You explained how no one really knew what they wanted to do in 5 to 10 years. You put my experience into perspective and encouraged me to work hard and how I could get some extra help. I wanted to thank you for your frank and encouraging words of wisdom at the time I needed it the most.
Just wanted to congratulate you on your retirement. No one deserves this more than you do. Can't tell you how many times I've come into your office just to sit down and ask you a simple question, and I've ended up spending a full hour there, part of my day.
I just wanted to thank you for always being a positive role model for all of the MVs. Whenever we're down and out and feeling really crappy, you always have a smile on your face, and that makes everybody else pretty happy.
There are 3 things that you taught me as and modeled as band director that I still use regularly in my classroom as I teach today. Number 1, know people's names. It's amazing how much that helps build very positive relationships with people. Number 2, have a short memory. How many silly, stupid things others have done over the years in which you discipline us and then you're ready to move on because that's what happens in life. Number 3, it's okay to bend the rules for the right reasons, as you demonstrated a few years ago when Brian led the Hokies onto the field one last time back there during the Duke game. Enjoy your retirement.
We just wanted to say thank you so much for being the enthusiastic person that you are, for pushing my passion for music, for showing me, all of the wonderful things that music has to offer.
And I just wanted to say thanks for pushing me every day and just being an awesome person.
Thank you for your endless support both as a student and as an alumni. With all those letters of recommendations for internships and jobs, who knows if I would have gotten where I am today without your support.
Against his better judgment, Dave McKee made me a section leader. Now, I have no idea if I was effective or not, but it did give me vital leadership skills. But what Dave gave me was a model for how to be a leader and live my life. I use those skills every day here in the workplace, and Dave, for that, I am eternally grateful.
Your amazing leadership and incredible positivity in all things helped me to grow into the person that I am and to strive to be better every single day. I could never thank you enough for everything that you did for both myself and the Marching Virginians. All of the love and hard work that you poured into that organization are what make the Marching Virginians the best organization in the world.
Dave, I want to thank you for putting up with the two of us for 32 years. You are a very patient man, and I have nothing but respect for you. Thank you.
I'll never forget coming to band camp and going through the hokey pokey dance. I was thinking that was the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. And we got to the first home game, and 60,000 people went nuts when we did it, and I was in love with it ever since. So thank you so much, Dave.
First day of band camp, they had us take a picture with a whiteboard and a hokey bird, and I remember the guy saying, oh yeah, they're for Dave. He goes and he looks at all your names, and I just being really surprised that you would go through and take the time to learn all of our names.
It's only been a couple months since I've known you, but you made a really big impact on me. And just on the whole band, I think, and just seeing your enthusiasm every day at practice, was really big motivating for me.
And you just told me how awesome the MVs were and how much it would make me smile every day, and I just want to thank you for being right about that.
I met Dave in 1985 when we came there as a grad student. He's a wonderful mentor. He's been a great friend over the years. All the best in your retirement.
Dave, I'll never forget how much you encouraged me to play trumpet, and how when I made the band, you came over and gave me a big hug, knocked me over. My career at Virginia Tech would not have been the same without you.
Dave, we've been retired for a couple years now, and we have some advice for you.
Always keep your sense of humor.
Always make the gig.
Do whatever it takes.
Always be interested, and always be interesting.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Live a charmed life.
Only do the jobs only you can do.
And people will remember two things. One, how you made them feel, and two, if you left a place better than you found it.
And Dave, that is exactly what you've done for the Marching Virginians. Thank you so much. And what's great about your retirement is that you will not retire from being an incredible friend and mentor.
You can't retire from this.
Nope.
Thanks, Dave. The best is yet to come.
The consistency and quality of your leadership from year to year is the first precious legacy you leave. Your most visible legacy, of course, is the splendid MV Center which you single-handedly built. But your most lasting legacy are the students who have passed through the MVs. Their time with you is clearly highly valued and truly transformational.
I went into audition for section leader, and you told me that I was just a completely different person, that I had this way of being able to talk to you about exactly what I wanted my section to be. And I want to thank you for that, because I couldn't have gotten there without the Marching Virginians. Everything that you have created, and you're just so humble about it, it's incredible. You have given me and generations, 330 people, the most amazing experience in the world. So I just wanted to thank you for growing me and allowing me to see the world. I try and tell people in my section this, that when you're standing in Bristol and you're looking up at thousands of people who are watching you, and you're in Orlando, we've traveled the world together, and it's all because of you playing this amazing music. So thank you, Dave.
I'm standing here at the homestead today to thank you so much for the VMEA performance, your vision for that performance, and never giving up on that dream. I cannot thank you enough for sharing your joy and your passion of music with everyone. I feel empowered by you. I want to be Dave McKee when I grow up. Congratulations on your retirement.
Throughout the semester, you'd pop your head in across the hall from your office when I would be practicing, and you would be telling me to need more air or what to change. And one of the times you popped your head in, I expected you to tell me something like that, and you told me that you were really proud of me, and that made my entire day, and thank you for being so positive.
The lesson that I learned the most from you is don't just appear to be genuine in the situations you're in, but be genuine. Your students will realize that the things that you do are not just a show, it's the real deal. So thank you for teaching me those lessons.
You've been a great mentor, a fantastic teacher, and you brighten my day every time I come to practice.
My best memory with you is the little memorable phrases you would use throughout the MV season, such as PA, 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 330 strong. Thanks for making Marching Virginians a part of your Wednesday, and you'll be an alumni longer than you're going to be a student.
Thank you also for such wonderful advice that I've been able to carry through with me in my professional career, such as better to leave them wanting more. You have to take care of yourself first, and you can't pour from an empty bucket. It's okay to say no sometimes. Congratulations, and I can't imagine the Marching Virginians without you.
I want to thank you for 32 years of service, and thank you for making band so much fun. You've always made it fun, Dave, and just wanted to really thank you for that.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve the MVs the last few years. We created some amazing memories for our family. You've left an incredible legacy. And you even took a guy raised on sports with no appreciation for music whatsoever and made him want to hang around for halftime.
Dave, I've known you since I was in high school. You were on the judging panel when I auditioned for drum major. It's just amazing that this has all come full circle, and now we are part of the MV family. We feel very blessed, and it's just been an amazing experience for us and for our family.
I wanted to thank you for always pushing the band members to do their best and excel as leaders and musicians.
Thanks for all the wonderful years of guidance and leadership and friendship.
And thanks for letting us hang around for an extra, decade. Thank you for all the fun times and memories, and we are going to miss you. Happy retirement.
The greatest part of having the experience of knowing you is just the life lessons that you teach all of us, even when you don't know it. I don't know anyone who is more respected as a person, that no matter who you talk to, how long ago it's been since they've been in your presence, they're like, I love that man, he is so wonderful.
When someone encouraged me to try out for a rank captain, I initially didn't want to do it. Dave told me, I think you have more to offer, and he gave me a chance. And I've always appreciated that, because being in leadership brought out qualities in me that I feel have helped shape who I am today. So thank you, Dave.
We thoroughly enjoyed getting to work with you, and we've always felt welcome. Enjoy your retirement. We'll really miss you. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much for everything you have done. You have touched thousands of lives and made such a difference for all of us. We all had great college experiences, but really the Marching Virginians are what defined it, and you are the one that made it so great. Congratulations for all you have accomplished, everything that you have done, and I just hope that your retirement is as full of joy and happiness as you hope for.
You and my dad were friends for over 25 years. He loved you. He loved the Marching Virginians. I think he was so proud to be part of the Marching Virginians for so long. So I thank you so much for being part of that and meaning so much to my father. Once he got sick, cards from the Marching Virginians came once a week and sometimes even more, and that meant so much to him. 3 weeks before he died, the Marching Virginians came to my dad's house and came into his front yard and serenaded him. That was for sure the last time I ever saw him animated, and it meant so much to him and so much to our family. So thank you. Thank you for all you've done for Marching Virginians and for Virginia Tech and for my father.
You taught me work hard, play hard, and most of all, get out there and sell it.
Dave, we just wanted to say thank you for teaching us that each and every day, each moment, it all matters. And it's all an opportunity, it's a gift. And that the positivity and support that you show each person that you interact with, that's what matters most.
You've been an amazing support system for me, just always being willing to talk, to step into your office, to vent about something or offer helpful advice. You've been instrumental in our lives. I mean, you even helped us get an apartment, you helped me propose. You've had such a great impact on our lives. Thank you so much.
I think the most important thing that you've done for me is believed in me. Sometimes it's hard to have confidence in yourself. So when someone as special as you believed in me, it just really meant a lot. I just wanted to say thank you.
Dave McKee, I wouldn't be the person that I am today without you and the MVs. You taught me so much about being a good leader, about taking care of the people around me, about being an authentic human being in the world. So thank you, Dave, for everything, and happy retirement.
Thanks, Dave, for everything you've done for the MVs. You've truly made band and tech an incredible experience. Thanks, Dave, and congratulations on your retirement.
Can't thank you enough for spending almost an hour with a group of students I brought down from the high school where I was working, and you told them so many wonderful things about college and the positive aspects of life.
One of my friends who was in the Marching Virginians gave me the opportunity to come meet you. And I could immediately tell just your passion for your job and why everyone in the Marching Virginians loved you as a director. And to top it off, when I came back for auditions, you already knew my name even just after one meeting.
I think one of my favorite memories was when you were a TA and you went running off with the news that Charlotte was in labor with Scott.
And one of my greatest memories, you were here for Chris and Mark's wedding.
Thanks, Dave. I think my appreciation goes back to the 5th grade when I was the outstanding band member. If I could ever learn how to play that trombone, I probably would have stayed with the band. But hey, thanks again for everything you meant to this university.
There's a great line in a movie, attitude reflects leadership. And when we think about the 32 years of your leadership, you can see why the band is as loved and as admired because of its leader.
Thank you for all that you have done, and now you can rest easy, put up your feet, knowing that you have inspired thousands of people across the globe, including here in Mesopotamia, about what it means to live a life fully in good times and bad times, what it means to appreciate and love music, and what it means to build a community. So thank you for all you have done. Take it easy, and good luck in wherever your curiosities take you next.
It taught me how to lead by example, how to serve others when they need it.
The lessons that you've taught us specifically will serve us for the rest of our lives, way past our 4 years.
I just look forward to going to bed every single day just because just your personality is contagious, and I really feel like it's something that will be replaced.
Just going to bed every day and being in your presence. I really find that your optimism always pushes me through college.
You have made the MVs about so much more than just marching band. It's a place to learn and grow, to think and problem solve, to develop leadership skills, where personal growth is encouraged, and most of all, a place to give back through service to the community. Your influence will never leave the Marching Virginians nor me.
You're just saying hi, and asking how your day's going, how your major's going. You remember some specific things about people, and I think that says a lot about just making the world a better place, no matter how small it may seem. It means a lot to people. So, thank you.
My best memories of you are from when I was in your sight singing class my freshman year.
I wasn't very confident in my musical abilities at all, and I always felt like I was way behind everyone else. You always reassured me that I could be just as successful as anyone else, regardless of my background, as long as I was willing to work hard. Your confidence in me meant more to me than I can ever explain to you.
One of my best memories was when you congratulated me in front of the band on getting into the clarinet section. You always make people feel special in the band and that it's a privilege to wear the MV uniform.
It was the very first Bandorama you asked me to announce for. And I had no idea what I was getting into, and I got behind the podium and the band was playing Carry Me Back, and as they were playing that, I had this really long monologue that I was a little unsure as to how to say. So you were standing off to the side of the Mossad Center and you're making these like really weird gestures. One of my most favorite memories with you, because it just showed character and like the energy you wanted to put into it.
Many opportunities and experiences that I've had over the years, whether it was playing in a national championship and everything that went along with the Sugar Bowl in 1999, or writing drill for 330 Strong, which still is one of the highlights of my career, as well as just learning how to lead and set the right example that you set for us as students. Dave, thank you for everything you've done for me personally and so many folks in the band.
One of my favorite memories of Dave was when we were trying to get into the stadium for the battle at Bristol. We didn't have a police escort and we were just kind of parked in our buses, not moving for over an hour. I just remember somebody yelling, "Oh my gosh, is that Dave?" And then we all looked out the windows and sure enough, Dave had jumped off of his bus and was just in the middle of the road, like conducting traffic. And at the time, I remember it being kind of comical, like, what's he doing? Classic Dave. I think it really shows how much of a leader he is. If something needs to get done, he just makes it happen. And that's why I love Dave so much.
When I took the job at Virginia Tech, you said something that always stuck with me. You said, I want to find someone and give them their first shot so that I can say, I knew that person when. And I think that, you thought that not just about all of the assistants you hired over your career there, but also about every single student who came through the Marching Virginians and came through the Department of Music. You made countless opportunities for students to realize their full potential, to be able to practice leadership. And because of that, they've gone on to become leaders in all kinds of different fields around the country. I speak for all of us when I say, thank you, Dave. We all are fortunate for having been around you.
One day you gave me the advice that if anybody were to ask me what my favorite song is, I should always reply with whatever piece that I'm concentrating on the most at that time. And that has honestly changed the way that I practice every day since then. Thanks, Dave.
One of the things the Marching Virginians has given to me, it's given me friends for life. And Dave, I definitely consider you one of those friends. Congratulations on your retirement. I wish you best wishes in all of your new endeavors, and I want you to know you will always be my MVME.
The drum line last year, I didn't do it for the first 2 years. I barely made it. I told everyone, I thanked everyone. Finally, it was time to meet you, the man that everyone says so much about, says so many good things. You seem to have a perfect track record. But I remember going up to you for the very first time and introducing myself just there. I said, hey, my name is Zach Petty. I didn't do it for the first 2 years, and you stopped me. And the first words that came out of your mouth were, "You dummy, why didn't you do it the first 2 years?" And you just walked away from me. And that really set the tone for what our relationship would be for the next 2 years. And I'm just so thankful for getting to meet you and having you as a role model in my life. Congrats on your many, many years of service to Virginia Tech, you big dummy.
During my time in the MVs, you showed me time and time again how fantastic it feels to be unironically enthusiastic about the activities, hobbies, and organizations that I love. You taught me the one great thing that all good teachers do, and that is that life is definitely more better when you go through it with a smile on your face and 330 friends by your side.
I couldn't have been more than 5 years old, and we had come up for the alumni meeting in the spring, and we were staying at the inn. And of course I just had fun the whole weekend, and I got home and I realized I had left my favorite stuffed animal here. So my parents called you up, and you were nice enough to go over to the inn and find my stuffed animal and mail it home to me. and you even thought to put air holes in the box. So thank you very much again for everything you've done, and I wish you the best.
I'll never forget talking to Tony, and Tony said, don't take any of your time with Dave for granted. Really treasure every minute you have working with him. And at the time I thought, that seems kind of dramatic, and yeah, he seems like a great guy, and that's really good to hear. It wasn't dramatic though. It really was true. After working with you, I could see exactly what Tony meant. I learned so much from you, and when I took that job, I didn't really understand exactly what I was getting, and what I got was an opportunity to belong to part of a community. I got a role model, and I learned what it means to be a great college band director. I didn't know that I would be getting any of that. I hoped I'd be getting a job. I didn't know that I would get everything else along with that.
My favorite memory with you was this year when we were on our way to the West Virginia game, and I had volunteered to be a bus captain, to be a good person, and the bus exploded, and we were stranded on the side of the highway. And I remember you pulled over and got out, and you said, make sure everybody's okay. Here's my phone number, text me updates, good luck. And then you drove away. And I'm not making a joke about this, but that was actually the moment that I actually felt like a leader, because you were trusting me with making sure everybody was okay.
In 1991, as a barely 17-year-old kid, I drove myself to Virginia Tech for my audition. Dave knew right away something wasn't right. When I went into audition, I had a terrible horn to play on, and he and Dr. Alan Batchelor were kind enough to hear me. Thankfully, I received admission. And the really great part of this story is that Dave had another March Virginian deliver a box Strat trumpet to my house. And there was a note with it that said, this instrument allows you to show up and play alongside everyone else. By giving me this instrument to use for this opportunity, that no one would have to know where I was from, and no one would judge me. And that was my entrance to my college experience. Today I have a PhD in music from Northwestern, and one of the things I do is 3D print instruments and design instruments that are very low cost for kids that can't afford them. So I'd like to think that I'm giving back to Dave.
2015, you were the district band director up in Loudoun County. And so it was February, and I had already sent my application to Tech, and I was waiting to hear back. I wore a Virginia Tech shirt every day to district band rehearsal because I knew you were the director here. So one of the rehearsal days, you stood up in front of the whole band and made me stand up too, and you pointed at me and you said, this girl's gonna be in my band next year. Like, I don't know about you guys, but she's gonna be there. And then freshman year, I came to band camp and I made it. And it has made my college career exponentially better by being in a band under your direction here. And it's hard to imagine what college would be like without you as a director, and it's really hard to imagine what senior year will be like without you. But I know that your legacy will be here every single day, and I can't thank you enough for all you've done. Thank you, Dave.
That summer before my senior year of school, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and I spent a majority of my time in the hospital. I was gonna have to have surgery the week before band camp, and I had to make the hardest phone call of my life to you to tell you that I couldn't be a rank captain and that I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it back to school, but I asked you if you would save a spot for me for marching band, and you said yes. And that was the most motivating thing that could ever have happened for me that summer. You gave me the motivation and drive to recover as quickly as I could. When I finally came back and hearing you talk over the loudspeaker that, hey, Ashley Young is back, and then seeing my friends run at me, and I'll never be able to thank you enough for what you did.
You have affected my life in so many ways. My parents were MVs. That culture kind of translating to what I wanted to do when I was in college, and ending up here in 2015, not exactly making the band, but making the manager section and becoming the head manager, and how that has really affected my life as both a leader and as a person, and now all my friends are MVs as well. I really have you to thank for that.
Congratulations on your retirement, and thank you for somewhere between 28 and 35 years of service to Virginia Tech. I don't think anybody really knows how long you've been here. I'm super bummed that we only had a short amount of time together, but in that short time I've learned so much from you. I've learned how to be a better educator, a better teacher, a better band director, but most importantly, how to just be a better person. Watching you interact with our current students as well as the alumni that walk into our office every week, it just shows how much you care about these students as people, and you're just admired by so many people, including me. So thank you for always being willing to lend an ear, answer all my questions, helping me, pushing me to be better at what we do. Your influence has truly changed my life.
One of my favorite memories was pre-game for the Georgia Tech game in 2010. Right before I got on the drum major stand, you clapped me on the back and said, "You got this, I believe in you, go get 'em." And it was that little bit of confidence that just made the whole thing for me.
We were having a discussion on the program here at Clemson and what the band was doing for our community, and I said, "What do you mean?" And you said, "Oh, Mark, you need to use the platform you've been given for good." We got involved with the Marching for ALS program soon after that, and that's been a launching pad for a whole host of other activities that we've been doing here at Clemson. You've had a huge influence on me, Dave, and I want to thank you for having that conversation with me and all the memories that we've had together.
Happy retirement. Thanks for everything you've done. Folks, because of you, folks like us get to stay together and have a remarkable friendship over the years. Enjoy your retirement. Love you very much. Take care.
Thank you, Dave.
When I was a senior in high school, I was terrified for my MV audition, and I emailed you to try and get some of the music ahead of time, and you emailed me back, and you just signed it D, and I'm like, oh my god, you just signed it D? Like, what does this mean? And as I got to know you better, I understood that it was just a lot more casual, and I appreciated that, especially in the stressful environment that college can be. Thank you so much, Dave, and good luck in retirement.
You and Tony were super supportive of us going to gather a few angels off the angel tree, and we raised a ton of money to help make a few kids in the community's Christmases just a little bit better. It was all because you believed in me, and you allowed me to make that project my project, make that my passion. So I just want to thank you for passing that off to me and allowing me to learn a little bit from you.
Thank you for all of your positive energy, just doing what you do, because we all know that, quite honestly, you're the best at it. If you were to ask anyone in the MVs, all thousands of us who have come and gone, they would definitely all agree that you've been one of the most positive influences in our college career, and honestly, that's completely irreplaceable, and thank you for that.
One day in Symphony Band, we were passing around programs for us to check our spelling of our name and our hometown. In my hometown, Culpeper, Virginia, just happened to come up in conversation, and you had remembered my small band from Culpeper from Eastern View High School when you were the sight reading judge at a competition in Charlottesville. And you had remembered me too. So thank you for always remembering the big things and the small things about people. Thank you for how much you cared about us all, and thank you for just showing us all what it means to be a leader.
Quite honestly, I wouldn't be here without your support. I remember going up to you and Polly after cuts and shaking both of your hands and saying thank you for the opportunity to play under your direction for the past year. You looked me in the eye and you said, "Don't let this be the end of your career as a marching Virginian." Over the past 3 years of taking pictures, I can honestly say that I am a better person because of it. You've supported me the entire way through this process over these past 3 years. Whether it was my sophomore year and saying, "Great picture," to even now, every time I get an email after posting something on Facebook and you say, "Bravo, wow, love it." It's just those little things that you took 5 seconds out of your day, but it honestly means so much to me, and your support means so much to me, and I cannot thank you enough for everything.
You told me a story how you sold insurance for a few months instead of band directing. You told me that you hated selling insurance and that you missed teaching. And thank God you did, because I don't think any of us could fathom what our lives would be like without you being in it. You've defined what it truly means to be a marching Virginian and a Hokie. And without you, thousands of us would have missed out on your booming voice, that infectious smile, that incredible wisdom that you have at exactly the right time, your remarkable leadership of the marching Virginians over these past 32 years.
I still remember how excited you were to meet perfect strangers during orientation well before band camp even began. And you've always been such a positive influence?
We just wanted to take a minute and say thank you for everything you've done for the Virginia Tech community and all of your students, including us. When I walk in my school every day, I strive to emulate you because first and foremost, you taught me to care about people.
Your inspiration, your mentorship, and the amount of care that you showed Olivia and I is the reason why we are where we are today. Your lessons live on in and through us and the students that we get a chance to teach every single day.
Congratulations on everything. We love you and we are so excited for you.
Thank you so much for trusting me with leadership positions and teaching me about leadership and life. Those are things I've realized that not everyone has had those wonderful experiences, and I lean on them every day.
I will never forget one day in practice when things were particularly heavy in the world and you told us all to pull out our cell phones and to call somebody that we hadn't talked to in too long and just make sure that they know that we love them. It was those kinds of life lessons that you don't learn in any class. You don't learn in any ensemble. You just learn them from other human beings being human beings. I just want you to know that I am so appreciative of who you are, not just what you did, but very much who you are and how you created a better place for all of us and how you encouraged us to do the same.
I feel like I learned how to be a better band director and an even better person by being around you. In the 6 months that I've been at Kentucky, I've referred to you and how you run the Marching Virginians countless times in helping me run the program at UK. If I can get this program to be half the program that you've developed at Virginia Tech, then I'll be wildly successful. Thanks for being a great colleague and an even better friend. And I better see you in Kentucky for that bourbon tour sometime very soon. One last thing I'd like to say to the Marching Virginians, no matter who is directing the band, the success of the program depends on all of you. You all make the program. Help each other out, lift each other up, and never forget what it means to be a Hokie.
1985 is when I joined the Marching Virginians. Fast forward to 2010 is when I got the call from you asking if I would fill in for Tony on some away games. And then in 2015 when you called and asked if I would take over the reins full-time as the voice of the Marching Virginians. So I truly was with you in the beginning, and I was with you at the end. Through those years, man, I can definitely say you were the same genuine person to everyone that came through your door. The people that you've touched, mentored, and helped through the years are way too numerous to count. And honestly, just saying thank you just doesn't seem to be enough. But my man, we are thankful for you. We're thankful for Charlotte and your whole family.
I just wanted to wish you nothing but love and joy on your next journey. From the time my family and I entered the family of Virginia Tech and the Marching Virginians, you've shown us nothing but love, and we could not have asked for better guidance than you. I want to thank you for your part in our journey. I know that the Marching Virginians will miss you. I know Virginia Tech as a whole will miss you. But what I do know is the Clark family will always love you, and you always have a special place in our hearts and in our home. So for the part that you play in our journey from now forever, we thank you. We will never forget you. You are our family now and forever. Love you.
Hey Daddy, I just wanted to say congratulations. I don't think I could possibly pick a favorite memory from your time as the director of the Marching Virginians because you have been in that position since I was very little. I always think about when we were really young and I had to come and stop practice because we had all been climbing the trees up on the top of the hill and Scott and Abby got stuck in one of the apple trees and the drum major had to leave practice and come rescue them. So we have always been surrounded by kind and caring and helpful students of yours. So congratulations. I am really excited to get a little more time with you in the fall, and I know a little girl that is super excited for that as well. We love you and enjoy your last band banquet.
Hey Daddy, congratulations on retiring. I know you and Mom are excited to finally have a chance to take some of these adventures you've been planning on for years. Just wanted to take a minute and say thank you. I can't think of a better way to grow up or better parents to have. None of us would be where we are today without you. So thank you so much for that. Whether it was running around on the practice field as kids, before, during, and after practice, or having the ability to come out there as a Boy Scout and sell popcorn to all those suckers. I mean students that you had. It was just a heck of a way to grow up, and it's made me who I am today. So thank you so much for that, and congratulations. You can now say that you do nothing for work.
Hey Daddy, congratulations on your retirement and on your final banquet. I am so proud of you and so excited for this next chapter. I know a lot of people are telling you stories today about the impact you've had on their lives, and for Mandy and Scott and me, that has been infinite. You and Mom have made us who we are. So instead I thought I might share some things that I have learned as a lifelong marching Virginian. 1, I learned that instrument cases make amazing forts, like world-class forts. 2, I learned how to climb crabapple trees. I simultaneously learned that I am terrified of heights. And then, 3 for 1, I learned that percussionists will come fetch you out of crabapple trees when you get stuck. And that has been information that clearly has served me well for my entire life. I learned a very colorful assortment of swear words from the tuba section, which are still with me today, thanks to Tuba's really lifelong learning opportunity there. But in all seriousness, I learned about leadership as an act of service. I learned about the excellence of artistry, but also about the importance of being part of a team. And I learned the sum total of my college football knowledge. I learned that. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I love you so much. And I'm going to leave you with one thought, which is that a lot of people are going to say very nice things to you and about you tonight, so don't get no big head. Love you.